Hello my friends, I am Hondo and welcome to a new challenge. I'm just starting a new season of OpenTTD here, so this will be season 3, but this is the One City Challenge. I put a description on the video itself, but let me just briefly go over what's going to happen. So I've picked this city here, Fraudton, mostly because it has access to both food and water easily. I'm playing in the desert, or subtropical as they call it, so all cities need food and water to grow. But the main point of this challenge is this city here is the only one I'm allowed to connect to, meaning all routes I create must either start or end in Fraud Town. Obviously, they could go from within Fraud Town, like one to itself, that's fine. Or I could say, come over here to this water supply, that's convenient, right, to bring water here to Fraud Town. But I couldn't, say for an example, take the water from here over to some other city. I must connect all routes in some way to Fraudton. So that's the challenge, and hopefully that will work out well. It certainly sounds interesting. Fraudtown's a good choice, I think. A, because it has a lot of open area to grow, because I'm assuming, obviously since it'll be serviced heavily, the city should grow, but also, of course, because it has access to food and water. And not all cities do. Most of them will have access to one or the other, but not both. So this is one of the few that actually had both, which is very helpful. Plus, the very first time I looked at it, I thought it said Frogtown, which I thought was really funny. But in fact, you know what? I think I'm going to change it. There. Anyway, I thought that was funny, so we'll go with that. But anyway, other than that, most everything else is the same as last season. Obviously, we're in the desert, not the grasslands. I picked a couple of different AI, and there's a few less mods, but I'll leave all that information in the description of the video itself, so you don't have to worry about it right now. Let's get going. I picked 1935 as an arbitrary start date. Sadly, we do not have trains yet, which is a little unfortunate. We do have access to a couple planes. They're not particularly great, but they're not bad. We should have access to boats, although I don't think that's really going to apply to us for a while. But boats are available should we grow far enough that I can actually put a port, or if I build a canal so it is actually connected to the city, but I doubt I'm going to do that. But mostly we'll be living off of road vehicles for a while, because we do have plenty of trucks and a single streetcar. So we do have options, but I think the very first thing I'm going to do is get going on the food and water situation. So a second ago I found the water, and it looks like I could line that up nicely. So let's grab, over here. Let's grab ourselves a truck station. And if I place this right, I can probably, yeah, I can get both the food and the water with one station. Now, the trick to this, though, I think, and I could be wrong, but I think if I bring in fruit or maize here and then don't haul the food back out of the station, I think they'll just auto sell it off and it won't count. So I'm going to arbitrarily place a second truck station over here somewhere, just so they have somewhere to officially move that food. That way the food processor here doesn't keep it. I'm not 100% sure I needed to do that, but just out of paranoia, I'm going to do that. Then obviously on this side, we'll build a road over to that water. Beautiful. And give ourselves a station on this side. Glorious. Okay. Then of course we need a depot as always. That'll do. I guess the other thing neat about this challenge is I don't really have to name the route so much, because I know one side's always going to my frog city, so I guess that kind of helps. Water, there it is. Beautiful. So your route shall be, of course, going from here to here, and then over to this one, which is the one closer to the water tower. This one was close enough as well, so I actually could just drop it off there. That will be even easier. Or at least a shorter route anyway, so that will work. Cool, okay. I think I will rename it anyway, just so I know what they are, but it's really just what it's hauling. That's all I really need. Minus the little slash, of course, because that... Hey! Thank you, keyboard. You're being Pratt. Alright, so we can get that one going. I have no idea how many vehicles I'm going to need. It looks like a pretty short run, but the trucks are still pretty slow this early on. So I might need to clone a couple of them, but let's at least get it going, get the stations activated and all that. I probably should actually set this to full load. Which apparently will be really fast. This must have... Oh, it's got very good production, 120, and this thing can only hold a fifth of that, so yeah, that won't take long at all. I'm thinking 2, maybe 3 of these. I'm going to start with 3. I think that'll do. And they are set to full load, so I don't really need to babysit when they start, because they'll just pop in and stop. So all things being equal, if we zip the time up here, after this arrives and drops that water off, this water should start showing as, yeah, delivered. Okay, beautiful. Okay, now let's work on the food side. So this wants either fruit or maize, which is corn. So either a fruit plantation or a farm. Okay. Okay, so there's a couple fruit plantations nearby, and no sign of a farm. So we're clearly going to be doing fruit. So we can either go up here to this one, which is 40, or down here to this one, which is 54. Okay, this one it is. Might as well bring more. And I think we're going to go up and around this lake. I don't think I want to spend big bucks on a tunnel under the river, right? A bridge this early on to cut across that. So I think we'll just go out and around it. And I think that will be fine. Right, so we need a station of some descript over here. Supplies fruit, that'll do. And let's drag a road out somewhere. I want to try and minimize the number of turns that they have to do, because they will slow down a little bit. I overshot that a little. Oh well. That's okay. That's fine. I'll just put the depot there, then it looks like it was deliberate. It's the easiest way to hide a mistake, I guess. Alright, so that will be then a fruit. Fruit. There you are. Fruit vehicle. And again, we'll even call it that, so I know what this silly thing is. Right. Given the length of that trip, I'm probably going to want quite a few of these. I'm just not sure how many yet, but I'll probably start with 5 of them. That seems like it should be enough. And you'll go to there. That will be a full load. Off you go. And I'm going to go ahead and clone 5 of them right off the bat, because I'm sure we're going to need quite a few of them. And again, because they are set to full loads, I don't really need to babysit them. We can just let them go on their own. And they'll figure themselves out. Now, what I should check, actually, is let's make sure that our water truck is profitable. It is. Okay. It's not making a lot of money, but as long as it's profitable, it'll be fine. And then once these have had time to go, I should do the same. Now, before I do that, though, I need to make sure that this processing plant isn't going to potentially steal that food. So I'm going to set up a little tiny food truck just between here and here, just to make sure it officially sees something drawing that food, because I think that will be an issue. I could just use this dip over here. It's close enough. Food van. Okay. Excellent. Let's close some of these windows here. That is not what I tried to click on. Hey, thank you for that. Food. Okay. And you will be going from here with optional maintenance, because it is a little bit out of your way, to here and to here. Now, I do not want to put full loads on this one, because I don't want them clogging up this station. I probably should actually have made a pull-in parking lot type, but it's okay. Alright, let's get that rolling and keep going. I know that it won't have anything to do yet, so it's not going to be making me any money. So we'll have to wait for the fruit to come in. But the main part is I didn't want that factory to just throw it away, because then the city would still be sitting here begging for food and it just wouldn't be arriving. So that would be kind of annoying. So, right, speed up. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we'll have a bit of a traffic jam here at first, but that's okay. The production here, well, it just dropped. I was going to say is pretty good, but it clearly just got worse. Thanks for that, game. Oh, there it goes. Now it's back up. So, yeah, it shouldn't be too bad. Once it gets going, these should spread themselves out, plus they'll break down and what have you. So, I think we're going to be okay. I really do. I'll take this one here because it looks like it's already full, which means we can see how much money that's going to make. Once it drops off here. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. So the fruit side will make us some money, which means now the food side... Oh, they picked it up, but they were going the other way. Oh, that's fine. The food side now has something to do. Okay, so it may not make us any money. But it is a really short trip, and it's not really doing much, so... But I think it's a necessa. Wow, that was almost English. A necessary evil is what I was trying to go for there, and failed miserably at. This is acting like it's... Is it going for maintenance every time? It shouldn't be. Definitely shouldn't be. Oh no, it's not. Okay. So that maintenance should be optional. Yeah. It's either that or I'll have to build a depot inside the city, and I really don't want to do that because that's going to stymie their growth pretty bad, so... So I don't think we're going to... Well, it is catching up. Now, I know it ran back and forth a whole bunch of times with nothing on it while we waited for the first bit of fruit to come in, so... Maybe we're just burning that off, and maybe this vehicle will turn a very small profit. And that'd be fine. I don't expect it to make much. I'd consider it just a cost of doing business. It'd be nice if it made some money, but... Okay, yeah, I think it's going to pretty much break even or turn a very, very tiny profit. And that is good enough. I'm happy with that. Okay, so... That tells us that... So now we have food and water coming in. These guys are green, so this city is now going to be starting to grow. It's going to grow really slowly because it's very small, but it's growing. So now is the time to start working on getting some more actual profit in, and for that we're going to use passengers and or mail. We don't have a bank here yet. They probably will build one at some point when the city grows, but currently they don't have one, so we can't do valuables, but we can do passengers. So there's a couple, it's a pretty big city up here. That's huge, actually, for this early on. And a couple smaller ones over here. So I think, though, we want to come straight up to over here. It's a bit of a far route, but I think it's going to be worthwhile. Just trying to... I want to kind of dodge this hill a little bit if I can. I should be able to. I'd really like to do that by train, but anyway. I guess I could actually build it as an airport, though. I am eventually going to want an airport, but the airport takes up a lot of real estate. Unless I only ever keep it as just this tiny, like the little small ones. It's not even a full-on commuter one. It's just a small airport. So it's not even a proper runway. It's just basically mown grass. You know, it's a dirt path road, if you will. I'm not sure there's even a point in doing that. Okay, no, I'll just do it by road. It's fine. I could even start building on a streetcar network, get that going, but I think I'll save that for later. For now, I will just make sure I'm dodging this hill. And actually, yeah, I can't avoid all the corners here, but I can reuse some of this road. That way I can use that same depot and save some money. There. That gets it connected here. I have to build the bus terminals, but I'll do that in a moment. Let's continue building the road first. Make sure I have enough money for it, which I'm not sure I do. So I have to go and phone my good friend the banker and have him feed me more cash. Such a nice fellow. Alright, so that's our road connection. Now let's get some bus stations going here. Somewhere in here, doesn't matter too much. And on this side, I think I'll just connect these to the existing stations. I think that'll be easier. So that will be part of Central. And I think I'll do another one down here. There's not a whole lot of houses out here yet, but obviously I'm anticipating future growth, so I will connect these up in advance. All right. Now we need some passenger. So that would be our mighty Regal bus. I'm definitely going to want to clone a bunch of these, but let's get the route set up first. So this was going to, what was it called? X Grove or something? Yeah, X Grove. Okay. X Grove it is. All right. So clearly your route shall encompass from there to X Grove. If I can click on it, please. Please. Sir? Sir, thank you. And from there you're going to go to Central, and then to, I guess, just Frogtown itself. The first station you put down, it never gives a name to it, just adds them to the later ones, so that's fine. Definitely not going to do full loads for this. And given it's such a long route, I want to let the bus get at least a good halfway there before I clone it. So we'll let it get going here. So I definitely want, while I know the first trip will never be profitable for the first bus, I would at least like the second bus to be able to already have passengers waiting. So well, that was 56. That's not bad for 1935. It seems really slow because I still have season 2 in my head, and I got used to the, you know, the maglev trains going 600 or my planes that were doing 2,000. But you know, it's not bad. But let's let it get a fair ways along. And then we'll clone it. Probably you'll want a couple, but I don't know how many yet, so I think I'll start with 3. Again, I'll let it get rolling for a while before I start it. Basically letting this one arrive, and that should be about halfway. Close enough. Okay. Close off these, and we'll keep an eye on the second one because that one should be able to pick up passengers right away. Yep, so there's already passengers waiting. Fantastic. Full, in fact. Plus plenty more waiting, so I probably will need more buses, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. I guess I should have probably went on this side. It would have been a slightly shorter trip, but oh well, that's okay. Not a big deal. I just wanted to cut cleanly out of the depot because I thought that would look neater. Anyway. So the first bus now will, in a moment, activate the last station here. And meanwhile, we're dropping off. And soon... There we go. Okay, yeah, it'll definitely be profitable. No problem there whatsoever. There's even enough traffic here, moving over to this side, to make that profitable. There's not much here, going back, but there's enough here that even this secondary trip is still going to be profitable for us. So that's fantastic. I think I'm going to take about... Well, I've got 3 of them now. Let's go ahead and go up to 5. I think that'll work just smashingly. Okay. Excellent. Things are looking good. We're only half a year in and already things are looking pretty good. They're not going to be looking so good here yet, of course, but this is improving nicely already, so if I mentally knock off the cost of the vehicles, we're turning a very slight profit already overall, even including, you know, property and running costs and all that, so this is good. But more importantly, we've set the infrastructure up that our city, even though it says it's growing, it appears to have shrunk, but anyway, we're setting up the infrastructure. You know, getting food in, the water in, getting the first bit of passenger traffic going. So this is good. We're laying a good groundwork. I don't know why that road's not connected. I'll fix that for them while I'm at it. I'm sure that was not deliberate. There, okay. Yeah, this is looking very, very good. Excuse me. Alright, so what shall we look at next? So we could connect another city. Maybe one of these ones over here. There's plenty to choose from on this side. Or we could see how the mail traffic over here is going to be. Because this city's big enough, it should have a fair amount of mail. Maybe not a ton, but a fair amount. And we definitely can have mail here. In fact, we've already got the truck side depots done, so if I just add another station on this side for truck traffic, and again connecting this to the existing one, then we can add a few mail trucks, which would be awesome. Can only help us grow by adding more and more available services, and if I'm clever, I could just copy the existing orders from one of the buses, which is also awesome. Right, and you shall be Exgrove Mail. I probably should have put passenger on the other one so I'd know what it was, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. It's fine. And I'm certainly not going to go back and change all 5 of them now. It's not that important to me. So, again, we'll let that one get rolling for a while, and then I'll clone probably just 2 of those. There's not generally anywhere near as much mail as there is passenger traffic, so I think we'll get away with just having 2 of these. And that should be fine. Alright, so when that arrives, we'll see how profitable it will be. Because it's just going to pop in and activate that station. It's not going to do anything for us, so. But there will now at least be mail waiting, so the next truck will have stuff to pick up. So, then we'll have to see what it's worth. Sounds good to me. Alright, so, oh, okay. Mail AI has started. And you picked up just 5 bags of mail. That does not sound like very much. Excuse me, but I guess we'll have to see how much it's worth. Over here. And this side has not seen a mail truck yet, so it hasn't got activated for mail, which obviously means Frogtown won't as well. I clearly, though, could stand a second food van. So I guess we'll do that real quick. Okay, now we're active for mail. Excellent. Oh, goody. Very unreliable vehicles, it looks like. This one's basically brand new and it's already only at 78%. That doesn't sound all that great to me, but anyway. But it certainly seems that even with just 5 bits of mail, it still was enough to make just a little bit of money. Which means when it drops off the stuff here over here, we should be all set. Whenever that is. Okay, where are you? Oh, you're headed back this way. Did I not set... Or did I set this one first and that one second? You go X road to Central. To Frogtown. Or Frogtown wasn't accepting mail. Frogtown does not accept mail. It's not big enough yet. Okay, that's fine. So it's just going to send Central back to X-Grove then. That'll be fine. That's fine. That's the passenger one. There's the mail one. Okay, yeah, we'll still be fine. Alright, excellent. So we are making some bucks. Not a lot, but we're making some bucks. Which means I guess I can start chipping away at this loan a little bit. Tiny, tiny bit. To try and kill off some of this interest, because that's going to be a little bit of a problem. If you remember, if you watched Season 2, I spent about 30 episodes getting deeper and deeper and deeper into debt, so I'm a little paranoid about it. So, you know, for a city that's growing, it actually seems to be getting smaller. I know that's because they're rebuilding stuff and moving stuff around, and it's only temporary, but still, it makes it seem like it's shrinking, despite the fact that they actually should be growing. But anyway, well, at least the local authorities love me, which makes sense since I'm completely and utterly servicing their basic needs. Pay off another little chunk of this. Excellent. Well, yeah, I mean, this has been a pretty good first episode already. We've got all the basics in. The only cargo we're not doing is valuables, but that's something we can't do yet because they don't have a bank. But yeah, we've got food, we've got water, we've got passengers, we've got mail. I like it. This is very, very nice. So I think there's going to be something to this. The main reason I think this challenge will actually be a challenge, because obviously so far it's not been too bad, is as the city grows, like obviously right now, you know, I've got stuff coming out of the city, no problem. But as the city grows, it'll obviously be growing in a sort of a circle, which means anything I try and build is going to get more and more challenging to build outwards from. So I think that's where the real challenge is going to come in. It's going to be the logistics of getting stations in, because I would obviously like to use rail. Obviously I don't have any trains yet, but I would like to use rail for passengers, especially for the long distance ones. So once I build a station, if it then starts growing around it, it's going to be really hard to ever expand that rail. So I'll have to do a lot of pre-planning and, you know, having a bit of luck, I guess, in what city the direction grows in. But either way, we are doing very, very well. I'm very happy with our progress so far. There's nothing waiting at that station at all. So this station, I guess, will be more important later. Like right now, it's obviously supporting the food, so it is important. But in terms of passengers and that, it's got very little coverage that this one doesn't already have. So this one's definitely our primary money-making center, and this is really just the food center for now anyway. Depending on which direction the city grows in, if it grows this way, then this station will become a lot more important. If it tends to grow more in the other directions, then this station will probably never accomplish much, but we'll have to wait and see. Because I have no impact whatsoever on what direction the city grows in. I mean, I could probably build roads, and that might influence them a little bit, but I know the AI will just rip up roads and rebuild them if it doesn't like them, so I don't want to build a whole lot of roads, because I really don't like the idea of it ripping up my roads. If I'm paying for them, I want them. So. What are we doing on the water side? Wow, we could use some more water. Okay, let's add another water. Let's not add another water. The bank says no. But that's fine. We will add water shortly. Well, we're 1 year, well, 2 years in, completely done now. 36, 37, oh sorry, 3 years, 38. So we're on year 4. But yeah, I think we accomplished quite a bit in those first couple of years. So I'm very happy with the progress. Come on, cross back over to 14.2. I know you can do it. I just want to clone a vehicle, please. Yeah. So what's not helping, of course, is our food trucks are costing us money, which is not helpful. I know, again, that will improve as the city grows, but right now we're in kind of like a growth craze here, so it's more important that we start making some money. Let's see how Water 4 does. Obviously, they'll have no trouble getting supply. It's just a case of if there's enough demand. If at any point the city decides it has too much water and shuts those off, that could be a big problem. Because these are a nice steady source of low income. But that's steady, so it's a nice short trip. Like everything else we've got, it's a very, well, except for the food van, but it's costing us. But that is a pretty long trip, and that's a really long trip, so. But I don't see any cities closer. Or at least not much closer. Maybe these are a little bit closer, but not much. Copper mine. Can't do anything with that. I mean, theoretically, if this city grows like crazy, I mean, maybe it will eventually encompass one of these mines, and then we could use it, but unless a city grows enough that I can put a station that both connects the city and the actual industry, I can't use it. Because that's the entire point of the challenge. So, this is really not growing as well as I thought it would. I've seen it flicker over 400 a couple times, but then it keeps dropping back down, so. I'm not impressed with the growth rate here, guys. Although we are starting to see some actual, like, apartment buildings, I'm assuming that's what these are. Which in turn means that, like, there's definitely growth happening. It's just clearly not as quick as maybe I have a too high an expectation or something, but. Oh, okay, so they have done a little bit of growth over here, so this side will now take mail, which is nice. But more importantly, it means they are in fact growing on this side at least a little bit. So that's good. Despite the fact that the population's dropped again. Oh my. Anyway, who knows? Mine is not to reason why. Oh, you're thinking food isn't coming in. Okay, that's a really big problem. Because that's the one part that, well, both of them have to be there, but did they both go for maintenance at the same time? Is that what happened? I'm getting the sense that's what happened. Or did this side run out? Oh, this side ran out of fruit. I see the real problem then. Huh, that's rubber. Okay, well this is doing fine. And there's tons here, so it's clearly a case of we need more fruit trucks, is what we really need. How much is a fruit truck? 15.6. Okay. I think we're actually going to invest in that a little bit heavy. And get 2 more of them. Yes, I'll take out a little bit more debt to do it. But I absolutely cannot have A, those food trucks not moving because that means they don't make any money, but also B, that means the town stops growing. And frankly, it's already growing slowly enough now. The last thing I want to do is have it stop. So, somewhere is getting a bank. That's nice. It's not us, but somewhere is getting a bank. Okay. So we should start seeing in a little bit a lot more fruit coming in, which in turn means a lot more food coming in. Okay, now we're starting to get a backlog of food again. Excellent. Okay. I think we solved that mini crisis. Oh, that's so very nice that you actually accept food. Well, unfortunately, you're not going to get to keep it, because as soon as it shows up, I'm going to pull it away. But that's fine. But again, though, that at least proves it's growing. Anytime they start accepting new things, that means they've grown. And growth is good. I would like to see this number here jump up, the number of houses, because then I know for sure it's definitely growing. Like right now, they clearly have upgraded some houses to apartment blocks, which is a form of growth as well, but I'd like to see more actual tiles be taken up. Then I know the city's expanding, not just, internally growing. Ew. Didn't do so well in the mail, apparently. Although that could be just because it's such a long trip, they may not be making it back and forth often enough. because that's a long way to go for these fairly slow vehicles. Once we get better vehicles, that should help. Okay, if I have food sitting here, why do you think you don't have food? That means my food vans are not doing their job very well. I'm not happy about that at all. That's not impressive, boys. It's not impressive. But I certainly don't want to add more food vans, because at this point they're already barely squeaking by, so I don't really want to add any more, because they definitely will cost me. And there's still, well, unless I add a whole pile more fruit vans as well, I guess. But we seem to be holding on food, though, now. I think 7 of those... Never mind, I think I'm about to go and buy another one. So about to say we seem to be good for fruit, but I'm guessing not so much. So let's have another one. Okay. Let's see how we do here. But I like how we're at the point now where we're making enough money that we can buy a vehicle and still be okay. So that's good. That means any year I don't buy a vehicle, I can probably just pay off some of the loan and chip the interest back down. So this is good. I'd also really like to see new vehicles start showing up, so maybe something with some reliability or some speed. Either way would be fine. But I don't know that we're going to be getting anything anytime soon. Probably nothing yet. Yeah, nothing yet. Didn't think so. And trains are still not up. Oh well, that's okay. It is still a little bit early. It's only just barely coming into 1941, so that's fine. Still just a ridiculous amount of water there. Absolutely ridiculous. What I don't know is if the amount of water they require changes as the size of the town changes, or whether it's just a case of did they get water, yes or no. I don't know how that works. Although I do notice that the number of houses has ticked up one, so somewhere is a new house tile. I don't know where. Might be that one there. I didn't catch where it actually planted it, but either way, that's a very good sign. That's actual real expansion, so that's very good. I would really like this to not keep happening, though. Maybe I will have to put a depot inside the city, or at least closer. Yuck. I didn't want to have to do that, but I think I'm going to have to. Just to reduce the amount of time it takes to get all the way down here. I really didn't want to have to do this, but I think I have no choice. Okay, so the all the fruit. Nope, sorry, not fruit, food. It's the food ones I need to do, not the fruit ones. Right. Let's just close off some of these extra windows for a minute just so they don't get in my way. Okay. So, your maintenance will now be here at Depot 2. Or excuse me, no, you're Depot 3. Sorry, you're at Depot 3 and no longer at Depot 2. And because that is close, I don't even mind if they actually just keep doing that. And with this one as well, you are not going to do that anymore. Instead, you're going to do your maintenance right there. Perfect. So they will definitely stop for maintenance now, but they're going somewhere that's only just a couple of feet away from one of their stops, so nowhere near as long a trip as this. And I think that'll help quite a bit. Hopefully, anyway. We have more capacity for another fruit truck? Yes, we do. So I think we're going to have one of those. Yes, please. Okay. Yeah, so I want to make sure that this thing's got food sitting there at all times so we don't have food shortages. The water situation is obviously 100% fine. I haven't seen that flicker off even briefly. So as long as the food situation stays constant, and we've grown again, I can see, which is excellent. Could it be that one out there? Was that there before? I'm not sure. Or maybe it was this one here. I don't remember there being anything beside the water tower, but again, I could be very easily mistaken. Memory is not something I'm particularly strong on, so, well, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, we bought a vehicle and still profited. It looks like we're going to do slightly better yet this coming year. It's very, very good. I think this has been an excellent first episode so far. I'm very glad this is working out. I was a little concerned that I wouldn't be able to find a city to work with, because I really didn't want to have to cheat it. Like, for example, if I say had chosen this city, I mean, yes, it's got a water tower, but it has no direct access to a food processing plant, which means I would have had to say, okay, well, I guess just to grow this city, I'll have to cheat and, move over here somewhere or something. But I really didn't want to do that, so I'm glad I found this little city that did have both of them close enough to connect to. That way I didn't have to start the challenge off by cheating. So, having said that, some of you may say I'm cheating anyway because I was supposed to just pick a city at random, but I can pretend that this is random. Besides, I made it have a funnier name, so it's worth it. Okay, we are about to pay off. There we go. So we're still a little bit more in debt than we started with, but I think it's been worthwhile. We're steadily growing now. I think we'll be able to stay above 400 population now with 34 houses. Should be able to anyway. Okay, so there's definitely something happening here. Whether that's... I think that was already there, though, so I think that's just a rebuild, not a new build. But again, I'm not 100%. Oh, we've actually cracked 500 briefly. Very nice. Very nice. And some rebuilding happening here. Yep, this is very, very good. Very good indeed. Yeah, I don't like all these negative profit vehicles, but I don't think I can really do anything about them. I guess what I could do... Okay, so you must have left around middle of May then. I just need to see how long it actually takes to get here, because that... If my theory's right, that's taking nearly a year to do the route, then that could definitely be part of the problem. Plus, of course, all these breakdowns, which are not helpful. But anyway. Okay, so that left, I think, around early to mid-May. So it's been 2 months on the road already, and just now got to the first corner. So yeah, this thing definitely won't be doing the trip very often. But it should be able to do the full round trip at least once a year, sometimes twice, so I don't think it really should be that non-profitable, unless of course there's just not enough passenger traffic. Could the problem be up here? Is this side not as good as I thought it was? Well, we've got a decent number of passengers. The mail side clearly sucks, but the passenger side should be okay. Alright, well I guess we won't worry about it for right now. But I clearly don't need to be buying any more vehicles for this route anytime soon. So we'll just continue to grow, and that will of course improve the amount of traffic going back to X Groves, so that will help their profitability anyway. So I guess indirectly it'll get better. even if X Grove itself isn't growing, and it probably isn't because it doesn't have, yeah, it doesn't have food or water coming in, so they probably won't grow much, but we should be growing, so we'll make it better from our side, and that will help, presumably. Well, they still won't put up a statue of me yet. I guess they don't love me that much. At some point, I'll have to put a statue of myself up somewhere. It's just a thing I do. It doesn't help in the slightest, but it's a thing. So. Okay. So I don't think we're going to connect anything else anytime real soon. I think the next expansion is going to be coming this way, and then I'm just not sure to which side yet, but one of these cities. I'm just not sure which one yet. It's going to drastically increase traffic on this road, but that's okay. Unless we get a train sometime soon, then it's not such a big deal. Because I don't even mind making a little hub station, connecting them to it, and then just running that too. Although then I'd have to get into signals and multiple trains, and yeah, I think I might just run this line separate. I'm really not good with signals, and I don't know why. I mean, they seem pretty simple, but for some reason I just really cannot make them work. Every time I do it, I either end up with trains just sitting there staring at each other when they're both are supposed to be going the same direction, or they stare at each other for about a quarter of a second before they crash into each other, which is even worse. So, I don't know. But anyway, we'll deal with that once we actually have trains, which is not yet. So. Excuse me. But yeah, I think these will be, they're fairly small cities, but they'll be okay for at least passenger traffic. I don't know if I'm going to bother with mail traffic to them. Maybe this one is not too bad, with 18 mail for the whole city, but that one only having 8 and this one only having 4. I'm not entirely sure. Well, that one's not too bad, actually. Okay, I might. But anyway, passengers for sure, and then mail, I'll have to decide at the time. Oh, hey, we cracked, just for a second, we cracked 600 people. Well, that's very nice. And we're up to 37 tiles of houses now, which is very nice. Yeah, our little, maybe I should have named it Tadpole, and then later I could have renamed it to Frog once it grew. Oh, what a missed opportunity. Oh, it's okay. Soon it will be so big, it won't matter. It'll encompass the whole screen, maybe. Probably not, but well, I'll try and get it that big. Why are we not getting water, guys? We should have tons of water. There's tons of water there. Why is water not arriving? I'm not happy about that. What are the water trucks doing? They're definitely loading just fine. Oh, okay. Just blipped, no big deal. Okay. Yeah, it certainly still accepts water. It's not like it decided that the water tower moved or something. I mean, it is on legs. It could walk around, but... Okay. So must have just, maybe they just had a bunch that all went for maintenance at the same time or something. It's fine. As long as the blips are rare. And let's face it, that's the first water blip we've had. And food's been a lot better since I moved them to this depot, so... For the water one, it's less important because the depot is already right on their route, so it's not as big a deal. But the food one being way off here, off the route, was a problem. So, but I think we're good. I think we're good now. The other thing I'm not sure is if this number ever changes or if this is fixed by city. Like, I don't know if when it gets to a certain point, if it starts growing faster or slower or what have you. I'm not sure. But I guess we'll find out. But so far, it seems steady at 142 days. That seems legit to me. Okay, I'm pretty sure this house is new. I don't remember there being one on this side of the water. And I definitely don't think there was 3 houses there. I think there was just the 2. So I think that one might be new as well. But that's fine. Either way. We're about to rock into 1944. It's awesome. And we're also very soon to be chipping another piece of debt away, which is also awesome. I don't think we're going to clear the whole debt this episode, but if I can at least get it down back to the starting point, I think that will be pretty good progress for the first episode. I could connect Radnor. I obviously won't connect it straight to X Grove through the station, but I could just connect the road and then let them run. Although at that point it's an even longer run, and they're already having trouble going this far, but I could connect that. But I think I'd rather connect this way first. It's a little bit shorter. Not much, but a little bit. I'd really like to get trains going, though. That would be helpful. Or just to bite the bullet and build a little airport. We can still only have the small one, not even the commuter one, so... And obviously we're nowhere near helicopters yet, so... And we haven't grown enough for boats, although there's no city on this lake anyway, so boats won't even be helpful. So I'm probably not going to actually ever build one, because there's not a heck of a lot of point. Unless, maybe if I dig a canal, I could have one connect, say, here to Druntown or something, but I really don't want to dig a canal all the way. That seems dreadful. Or worse, all the way over to here, or all the way up this hill, or... Yeah, I'm really not interested. So I don't think we're going to be playing with boats. No, thank you. Okay, I'm not real impressed with that, boys. What are you doing? Why are you empty? There's food sitting there. Are we still not hauling enough fruit in? No, we are in fact waiting on fruit. That's not good. Alrighty. Is there any other fruit nearby? On this side? Not really, but there is over here. So, I think it's time to go ahead and... although, what's the point? There's hardly any production here. But I'll do it anyway. No, I won't, because we're out of money. Never mind. I'm not re-extending a loan for production that small. It's a shame that this isn't another fruit. It really looks like it, because the trees are so similar, especially when you're zoomed out. I guess it's a little bit darker, but it's really hard to tell the difference. Yeah, it looks like I've got 2 or 3 vehicles sitting here at all times waiting to load, so... Of the 9 vehicles I have, effectively means I only have 6. That's not so good. Almost have 4 of them waiting now. Yeah, that's really not good. Don't like that very much. Well, production's improving, so maybe it will be okay. If I get this as close to the road as I can get it... There, supplies fruit right there. That will minimize the amount of road I have to build. I can use, since it's going this way anyway, I can use this depot. This will be for fruit. Actually, I should just steal one of the fruits ones from the other one since they're not profitable anyway. That would be a better idea. That would be an even better idea. Where is the last fruit I built? You, Fruit 9. Congratulations, sir. You are not going to be Fruit 9 anymore. Or at least not from there. You are instead going to... Whoa, I've lost where I am. Where am I? Here. And that is where you will full load. You are not going here anymore. And you're not going there anymore. You are instead going here for maintenance. Okay. That should help a bit. Obviously, it'll take them a bit to get over there, but at least now that reduces the pressure on here a little bit and moves it over here. So that should help. I may need to do that with another vehicle or two afterwards, but I want to at least get the one of them going before I worry about doing that. He's still on this side, so he's got a ways to go. But that's fine. He's going empty as well, so that's less good, but oh well. That's unavoidable. Alright, so that's our guy that just turned right here. It's really hard to see, but he's easier to see on this side, so. Oh, it's on the rubber, okay. Yeah, they look so similar. I'm having a hard time telling the difference. Anyway. Okay, that's our guy there. Now, unfortunately, he has to activate the station, so his first trip will take even longer because he's not going to have anything waiting for him, but at least this is active, so it will start to load him up. It'll just take a little bit. There he goes. Okay. Now we're starting to get some activity happening here. Come on, one more push. You can do it. And by servicing this one, this actually may help improve their production now that they'll see they're actually going to be used. Oh, well done. You made it nearly 20 feet out of the station. Well done, sir. Thanks for all your efforts. Anyway. That's fine. Alright, just passing these cacti. About to come around this corner. Alright, passing by the depot here. Excellent. Gets the old reliability back up to a solid 78. Which is terrible, but anyway. But more importantly, you're now going to drop off fruit. Which means you're now profitable. And, of course, that also means that there's that little bit more food here for the vans to take. And there should be a little bit less congestion over here. Not much. It's still 3 vehicles, but still, it should be a little bit less, generally speaking. So, but yeah, I may very well want to do the same thing again, or I might even just clone. I don't really want to clone too many vehicles because this could close at any time. Like, it's so low. I'll clone 1, but I don't think I want to do any more than that. There's fruit 9. No, I won't, because they're 20 grand apiece. Right. Maybe I won't clone it. Maybe that's the more correct answer. Well, we're very close to chipping away the last little bit of debt. Or at least to get back to the starting point of the 200. And that's what we're waiting for. And I think at that point, because we're at about the hour mark, so I think once I'm able to do that, I'll call it an episode there. We've just broken into 1946, so. Again, I'm not sure what year we get trains, but I can't imagine it's too much longer. Oh, they are available. There was no pop-up, but they are available. The first Steam Wills 2.8 is now available. Cool. So I guess we are going to be playing with trains next episode. However, this seems like a good place to put a cut in, so I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you'll come and hang out with me again next time. Bye now.